Hey there, we have got another fantastic unboxing video for today. My name is Mark. This is the Action Figuratorium. It is a studio in which I do photography and I keep all my action figures and toys here, all my play sets, all my accessories, my vehicles, my doodads, and my greeblies. And another item has entered the inventory. This is a JunkBot. Actually, there's two in here. This is considered a double. As you can see, this is a trash dumpster, and it's got a bunch of loose parts in there, and supposedly they're all a bunch of random junk bits, and you take them out and you put them together and they make a cool robot. I don't know. I saw that someone picked up one of these for $1 on Twitter. They mentioned it, and so I went on eBay and I found some, and you can get these guys for about $10 or less each, new or used. Doesn't seem to make a difference. Anyways, we're going to crack this open and we're just going to spill it out and we're going to look and see what you can get. All right, here we have our JunkBot. They usually come a single JunkBot into one dumpster. This is a double dumpster, which means we get two JunkBots. We are going to switch and go over to the operating table, as I call it, and start the breakdown of this. So first thing we always do is look at the packaging on this, and the packaging is in fact the toy itself. It is made to look like a dumpster, which is real interesting. It has this rubber fake chain with a little hook and a padlock going around it to suggest that you should keep this thing locked up. There is, of course, a series of writing printed on sort of very thick paper wrapped around. UPC code. We get to see that there's officially 36 JunkBots, so this is the cross-sell on this little frame here. This is trying to sell the person on what you get right here with this frame. Mystery pack. They're all sort of mystery packs. Here is a example of a JunkBot. They tell you a little bit about what you're going to get, and here we see what they want you to do, explaining this, saying that the figure is a bunch of pieces inside, and you have to sort of scrounge around and take them and put them together and turn them into a JunkBot. And of course, here is the main logo, JunkBots, and this is 2 of 36 characters, just telling you what you get in the package. So far this is pretty cool. On the top here's a little brand, and we are going to remove the chain on this, which just hooks in. See, it's actually attached to the top there, and open this up, and there's a bunch of, right away you can see there's a bunch of stuff in here. So let's just kind of spill it out, and we get ourselves kind of a cool dumpster. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, and you can see that the dumpster has a bunch of sort of like goo running down it, and it's made to look, and look, there's like a on there, it's made to look like it's an old, it says Hexbug, like an old garbage can. So so that's kind of cool. This is maybe worthy of a repaint, or maybe we keep it blue and orange. It's kind of cool. I mean, if you get a bunch of these, I like how the chain here is like, looks like it's being ripped apart, but maybe they did actually rip apart. I don't know. I don't know that much about them. All right, so here's our main JunkBots. We've got it says it comes with a light module. It's like a bonus thing, and here's the instructions for the light module. this piece of paper here, JunkBots and blah, blah, blah. I guess this will make sense when we find it. We're just going to set that off to the side. There is some more material here. Okay, so we get to see that we have, they give us a little piece of paper here with the name of our JunkBot, I'm assuming, unless one of these is just a card that comes with each one, and they tell you on the back, so this is sort of what it looks like, and on the back how to assemble it. So that's kind of cool. It said that this came with 2 JunkBots, so I was expecting 2 pieces of paper, one for each bot, but we'll see. Maybe there's a reason for that, or maybe this is just sort of the level of cheap that we're working with. Now there's also 4 like little trash bags, 2 red and 2 blue, so 2 must go to one robot and the other 2 must go to the other robot. So here's a sort of a main piece. I'm guessing that the big pieces are probably the chest, and then here's another main piece. This looks like an old engine to a plane. That's kind of cool. That's our other guy. I wish there was a second piece of paper for him, but you know, sort of get what you get when you're out there on buying things on the internet. So if we just look at like the pieces that we have, there's some cardboard bits that come with it, and they're just kind of like garbage that you'd find in the trash. There's like a donut box, there's a dog food box, a soda pop box, ostrich eggs, so we get some sort of weird garbage. Put that off to the side. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, so there's a little, this must be for our light up thing. It's a clear tube. I don't know. Let's look and see what some of the other stuff is. So we've got a bunch of random bits. There's some gray bits here of just like some old junky stuff. Just little bits and pieces of machine parts, a little claw. And then we start to get into a few like little connector pieces that come with it. There's quite a few connector pieces. Sort of put those over there. Bonnie's over here. There's a couple of tires that came with this JunkBot. Then there's some trash kind of stuff. Here's like a paper hat. Here's like a broken hedge trimmers. Here's a what was that, like a plunger, and a few colored pieces in there just to look different, just to give a little bit more trash. There's another just weird gray part. There's a couple of flat white colored pieces. Looks like kind of decoration. One looks like a scale, and one looks like it's like a little it's like a Game Boy. And there's another random piece of junk. There's a couple of these. These look like maybe these are what the wheels go on. Yeah, all right, so already we're moving along here. We're building stuff. I would like to, again, disappointed that there's only one instruction manual but 2 bots. May have to go online and figure that out. I would like to open up these and see what these are. These little bags. Let's also look at random 2 of 36 characters plus 1 light module. Okay. Series 1 mystery pack. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have to spend $1,000 to get all 36 JunkBots. And apparently these just didn't get any kind of popularity. All right, so we're gonna open the first trash bag and we get some just more random junk. So before I build the bot, and I'm guessing that after I follow the instructions of this one, I will not have a problem putting together the other one, slash there will be a problem, I will I will let the world know that JunkBots are #1 for trash. All right, some more random parts. Feels like these has random parts in it. Are these special parts? I don't know. Okay, let's try and build one of these guys before we get tired. All right, so this guy. All right, so I ended up going to the Hexbug.com website, and there I found the JunkBots page where they show all 36. They have their names, their number, and there's also an individual page with a little rotating video of each of the characters. And so I was able to find the character whose instructions I was missing from the package. His name is, I think it's Pinchy, or Pinch, something like that. Anyways, this is essentially the site, what it looks like. And I was able to build the second JunkBot. Made perfect sense once I had all the parts going and I could tell what they were. And so here's our two figures that comes with this. We get an Artie and a Pinch. And so let's go and talk about the sculpt and paint. Of course, these are real low bars to hit. These are meant to look like pieces of junk. I mean, individual pieces of junk that are put together. But I think they did a really good job on the overall look of these. They look like goofy Sega video game characters, which I think is what they're going for. These are perfect in my opinion. And as far as the paint goes, the only one that has paint is this this body, and it looks like it was just kind of slopped on, kind of cheaply. But for the most part, they don't really need to paint these. They just need to come out in different shades of, bump the camera, different shades of gray, essentially, and a few colored pieces to make them look sort of mismatched. So they do pretty good on the sculpt and the paint, in my opinion. As far as the articulation goes on these figures, they're put together with little parts that all snap into each other, and they have ball joints. All the pieces, in fact, you can move them around as far as arms and legs and stuff like that go. But I have to warn you that these fall apart all the time. So these are not toys that little kids, young kids are going to play with like regular action figures where they sort of slam them around. These are going to be for older kids who like to foozle with things with their hands. So the articulation gets kind of a low score, even though, yes, they are all ball joints and everything does in fact move. There's a lot of articulation, but these things are kind of fragile and they kind of fall apart. Okay, so then let's talk about the last thing, and that is the fun factor. And these are amazingly fun. It is so much fun to put this weird JunkBot together and make it work. This one actually has a little spinning piece in it. Now I noticed on their site that they start with a torso and you add parts to it, right? And essentially they have 36 different bots, but they only have 16 torsos, meaning each torso is used twice on a different character. So what I think is they just made these parts, and they had a bunch of designers just put stuff together that looked cool, and they sort of went with that, and that's what you get with each package. But these are totally intended for you to do whatever you want to them, make as many different weird combinations as possible. And so the fun factor is through the roof. Now there's actually some additional parts here that came with it that aren't for any of these figures. They're just extra pieces: toilet plunger, paper hat, you know, Game Boy, rolled up diploma or something, extra like little neck joint, right? And then of course it also came with this cardboard trash that's supposed to just look cool in the dumpster, and also these trash bags that had extra little parts in it, little mystery parts. All very cool, very huge fun factor. I'm gonna have to say that this is not for little kids. This is for somebody who's 12, 13, 14, likes to sit there and mess with things with their hands and play with stuff and put things together and click on them and move them around and pose them and do all sorts of fun stuff like that. It's really kind of a mental activity as well as a little bit physical stimulating activity, but they're not really action figures in the true sense of how young kids play with them. But if you have a little bit of an older kid out there, or if you yourself are somebody who loves kind of like the Star Wars droid factory and that kind of stuff as it applies to sort of making your own action figures and robots, buy a bunch of these. They're really cheap, 10 bucks for the dumpster that comes with 2. I recommend you grab a bunch of these before they're gone. They've only been out for about a year. According to the site, they're going to come out with another 24. At some point, these are going to be everywhere and nobody wants them, and then buy as many as you can get. They are so much fun. You are absolutely going to love owning JunkBots, and I'm going to look for more. And when I get more, at some point, we're going to do a crazy JunkBot gallery, photo gallery. So with that, thanks to everybody who followed along this far, and catch you on the next one.